So now I want to switch to an expert, and I'm very excited to get this. You know how I love financial advisors. I love dealing with them. I love how they take a different type of approach with making sure that they're taking care of clients, the good ones. You know what I mean? And Ivan here is with us today, and he owns Kingsley Advisors. And his name's Ivan Sachs. He's founder of Kingsley Advisors. And he is with us today. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on in the market and where you need to be putting your wealth, and if you should be concerned about 16,000 on the Dow right now. Ivan, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Andy. Happy to be here.
Good. So how long have you been in the game?
Probably about 30 years.
Okay, so you've been advising clients and figuring this deal out for a while. So you've seen multiple ups and downs in the market.
I have.
So now we're on an up. I mean, really, it's kind of weird, right? Because we're at 16,000 in the Dow, but the labor market is still slow. Housing is slowly recovering. We're not in like a boom time. What do you make of that?
What I make of it is no one knows where the market is really going. What we can do is actually have a look at individual statistics that make it interesting. One of the companies that I follow that's in the housing construction area says that they've only got 20% recovery since 2008 in the wallboard industry. So that means that they're only 20% recovery before, and they've got another 80% to go to where they were in 2008.
Wow.
And yet business is fantastic.
Right.
So what I would say is I'm looking more for individual cases. The markets, you cannot tell where they're going many times, but you can only have some kind of control over the companies that you invest in and not worry about the markets. Of course, you have to have a broad view in terms of looking out all over, but I've found that the inefficiencies in the market are always in the individual companies that you really take a hard look at.
So that's an interesting perspective, and you come from a unique place in that because Kingsley Advisors has kind of a niche. You focus on a specific niche, and what is that?
The niche that I have is opposite to what generally the population is looking at. Generally, we've got the mantra throughout the investment world is that you should diversify. Mm-hmm. And I find by diversify is that you're settling for mediocrity. And a lot of the times you're buying many situations. Some are doing well, some are doing poorly, some are doing average, and you land up with an average result. I don't want an average result. I want a great result.
Right, and then you want a great result for your clients too.
Exactly.
So you focus on really 3 to 5 different avenues or vehicles, is that right?
The maximum companies that I will be investing in at any time will probably be 6 to maybe a maximum of 10 if I'm really diversified.
Do you have a minimum investment for your clients that you like to?
Yes, the minimum investment that I have for clients is that I like them. And there's no dollar amount. The guy can have all the dollars that he likes, and if there's not a chemistry or a philosophy that's matching, I don't see the benefit for anyone doing business just because a person has money.
Right.
I love the fact of a person coming in with a few dollars and helping them make a lot of money.
That's great. So speaking of making a lot of money, there's a lot of questions of where you should put your wealth right now. And kind of to dig deeper into something you already answered, as far as what's going on in the market right now, should people be scared at the 16,000 that we see in the Dow, and where should they be putting their money in this type of a market?
Well, first of all, I think that people shouldn't be scared. There's no point in being scared. It doesn't help anyone during any time. The number one thing a person should be doing is saving. Save as much as you can. If you have an IRA, you're great. If you don't have an IRA, it's terrible. An individual retirement account gives you tremendous benefit, and the Roth IRA is premium. If you have the opportunity as a youngster, a Roth IRA is a must. It's not like something that you might want to do. You have to do.
Right. It's don't think about it, just do it.
Yeah. What's the minimum age that you can start putting money into an IRA?
Minimum age is probably from the age of 2.
Really?
Or 1. You know, your parents can put an IRA for you for an educational IRA, and you can start, the earlier you start, the better. But you can have an IRA starting as there's an educational IRA, and then you've got also the regular IRA, which is called the traditional IRA, and then you have the Roth IRA. You can start very, very early. I've started that for my kids. Now, the interesting thing is, if you as a couple earn more than 150,000, or maybe it might be, you cannot invest in the Roth IRA. So when you're
very
young and
important
you're
here.
earning less than that, just get a Roth IRA as quickly as you can. I cannot tell you how important that is.
That's great advice for parents, too, right, who have the kids that aren't making that much
Exactly.
money yet, to tell them that's where they need to put their money.
Even if it's $50, just put it in there. And again, don't worry about what you're going to invest in. Put your money in a cash situation that when the investment arrives, the right one arrives, you've got the cash to be able to invest in it. The biggest problem that we have is when people have a lot of cash, they feel the impulse that the money's not doing anything, but it's better that it's not doing anything if you're not going to put it into a great investment.
That is wonderful advice. Liquidity for two main reasons, opportunity and protection. And the opportunity is what Ivan was just talking about there. You're listening to Tuttle Talk here on the Real Estate Radio Network. When we come back, we are going to have Ivan stick around. I'm just going to get good. And then we're going to keep with Gabe here, but we're also going to talk to Royal and Reed. She's the CEO of Consumer and Market Insights. And if you're a small business owner, you're growing your business, you're a mid-sized business, and you want to find ways to grow and keep scaling and keep innovating while you continue to work on your day-to-day, you have got to stay tuned to hear this.